It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and there he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo will win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguavoen running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Austine Eguavoen has actually named Victor Osimhen, Emmanuel Dennis, Taiwo Awoniyi, and 25 others for the 2021 AFCON. That is talking about the Nigerian Super Eagles, at least going into that particular competition. Players to stay with club till January the 3rd. This is actually coming from CAF at this point in time, where one man is saying, "I am ready to serve my fatherland." This is coming from a new invited player to the national team for the AFCON. And Lobby Stars hold Kano Pillars in Kaduna, while Eva actually pimped Rangers International in the Oriental Derby. Also, we are going to be looking at some matches in the EPL where Arsenal, Manchester City, and Chelsea all cruise in the match that was actually played yesterday. I'm expected to see a certain Manchester United who will be facing a Newcastle later this evening. This is how we welcome you to yet another edition of Sport Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. My name is Awoniyi, and I'll be your host for today. As you can see, 2 gentlemen in the studio waiting to talk sports. Salif Osman, great to have you join us today.
Thank you, Wale. Merry Christmas.
Of course, same to you. Apacho also is in the studio.
Yeah.
Same to you. Okay, we head straight to our first story at this point in time, where Super Eagles A-Team coach Austine Eguavoen has actually named his 28 players for the next month AFCON Cup of Nations that will be holding right there in Cameroon at this point in time. And from the list, we have seen, the likes of Victor Osimhen, Emmanuel Dennis, Umar Sadiq, Taiwo Awoniyi, Kelechi Iheanacho, Ojoni Gallo, Olisa Nandi of Orlando Pirates, and also a Yemba goalkeeper who is just the only home-based player in that particular, list, talking about John Noble, actually make up the 28 man at least. Also, regular no faces in the Super Eagles, the likes of Maduka Okoye, Francis Ozoho, Daniel Akpeyi, Kenneth Omaro, Olaino Shehu, Abdullahi Shehu, Chidozie Awoziem, Leon Balogun, William Shockstead, Jamilu Collins, Zaidu Sanusi, also in that particular list. Other people, in the list, we get to see Joseph Aribo that plays for Rangers, Chidera Ejike, Frank Okoye, Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Oyeka, Wilfred Ndidi, Ahmed Musa will be the captain, Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon, Alex Iwobi, and also Kelechi Iheanacho are in that particular list. Salifu, quickly looking at the list, which player do you think should have actually made that list? And at the end of the day, we didn't get to see him, making the list. For me, I would say it's Samuel Kalu, but some people are saying Samuel Kalu is injured. That's why he's not being included on the list. The rumor that Victor Moses will be returning is over at this point in time because his name is not among all the listed players.
Yeah, this is very difficult. So last any angle you look at it, it's fair because cannot who is Nigerian players who are supposed to be on that list. I can say 80%, 90% of them are on the list. Except that Paul National and Samuel Kala, they just mentioned we are not too surprising for me, but you can understand why they are not on the list. Two of them are down by issue according to report. But my only if you look at that, the only worries are going to connection with 10 strikers and just 5 midfielder. I don't know what Eguavoen intend to do, where you are packing a whole load of strikers. If I can be his shoes up together, you reduce strikers at least to a minimum of 7 or 6, 7. With people like Igalo, if by any reason, if you get Igalo that sacrifice for to pay for have more midfielder, and even well, he is the coach. Only him know what he do. He have to have a full load of us strikers to just for. Fairly, I'm happy that there's a mission of young players like Awoniyi on the list. I'm particularly happy that Awoniyi made the list. I'm also particularly happy that Osimhen is also on the list. This has fantastic young players that if you're talking of the future of Super Eagles are those young guys, so they need to start them and go.
Alpha, no, looking at the list critically, the likes of Umar Sadiq, this will be his first time, I call up to the national team. At the end of the day, he actually made the list, and also what we have to say about Kelechi, one Kalino getting to make up that list.
Yeah, I mean, personally happy for him. I mean, it's been a long time coming. If you ask me, he's been around, but hasn't really properly got the chance to get into the Eagles team. Then I think that we're only well by giving him that call of save for Awoniyi also. I can imagine if Bro was still in charge, Awoniyi would come nowhere near this team.
It's the 28th man list.
No, I agree, but at least he made the cut. So I think that's good. But I'm thinking the likes of Tyrone Eguavoen. I don't know if he's fit, if he's injured. I'm surprised he's not on the list. I don't know if he's fit correctly right now. Of course, Paul Noachu is understandable. He's injured. But for this Olisanda, honestly, I haven't really seen him. I haven't really seen him. Then,
last season was actually one of the best defenders in the NBA before getting to seal that move to
Pirates.
Orlando Pirates.
And a lot of people have also raised eyebrows on the inclusion of certain John Noble, who reports even say that he's not even the first or second choice keeper of AFCON. So I suspect that if you are even going to pick a keeper from the local league, it should be like maybe a first shot keeper of a top team. But bringing a keeper who we are hearing is even like a third choice keeper in AFCON, I really don't understand the rationale for his inclusion. Because are you saying for him to get the call up, it means he's even better than the AFCON first shot keeper? I mean, indirectly, that's what they are saying. So I think apart from those two, I think the list is very complete. Okay, Etebo is not on the list. I think it's not fit yet. I noticed Etebo. Okay, I think Etebo just returned from injury like last week, so I think he won't be fit enough to be in that competition. So I think he'll be missed too. I like the work rate he puts in the midfield, and of course, like Salufu actually raised to inviting 10 strikers. I mean, for me, it really doesn't make sense because in every match, you won't play more than, let's say, 3 strikers at most. 2. Even if you're going to substitute, I don't see you substituting with 2 strikers.
So 10 strikers playing in midfield. He can,
but for 10,
can still play in the midfield.
But 10 strikers is, he can. But I mean, 10 strikers for me is just too much. I would have loved to see more midfielders. They may be sure of the defense a bit more. But I don't know what his thinking was like. He said to put in 10 strikers because at the end of the day, I don't think more than 5 or 6 of them will actually see action in the whole of the competition.
Of course. Salifu, do you think that with the deep depth of this particular 28-man squad, do you think they can actually deliver the fourth AFCON title for Nigeria when the game actually kicked off right there in Canada?
Yeah, if you look at our players, I know football at the moment, individual or will have the same that happened because just coming back from the that will be able to build up his work rate and get back his full fit because they have not started. But if you look at Super Eagles team as stand at the moment, based on the candidates of the happening and looking the other competitors who are going to AFCON also, you see that okay, Super Eagles also stand a chance in that time. Because if you are looking individually, player by player, if you look at Egypt, you look at their players. If you talk of Senegal, you look at their players. Talk of Algeria, look at Algeria, look at their players. At the same time, then probably you talk of Cameroon, who is the host, and also look at the player individually. Okay, you can look at Super Eagles player individually. You surely that Super Eagles to stand a chance to have the playing like. But my only one, just like people say, mistake is our preparation. At the same time, yes, if I just use the list, and I are still confused. Either if I will still be the one to actually execute the list, or another person will come to execute the list, or the list was even scripted and give it to everyone. Only God knows. So these are some of the confusions we are talking about. We have just 2 weeks to the tournament, and 2 weeks to the tournament, we don't even know when the team is going to camp. They say they are starting camping in Abuja. They're supposed to do camping today. Now, that's
27, right?
7.
That's tomorrow.
But now we don't know. We can break as far as the next 5 days. We will see the count. Starting in Abuja. So this has been some of the confusion. There's still confusion within the Nigerian team in terms of our preparation, and this may work against us. But we can't go to AFCON today. We are not yet concentrated. There's no focus.
Of course, some of these players, for me, I would say that some of them are in the best form of their life at this point.
No doubt about it. We are talking about you're not going as an individual. You're going for a team.
Of course, we saw Kelechi I saw Ranging goes against Manchester City yesterday.
Yes.
Some of Chukwu has been scoring. So even the likes of Awoniyi has been impressive. Sadiq Kumar also have been impressive. But let's see how they will get into the camp and get to for them to have a good setup. That we will actually get to see the Austine Eguavoen will be the one at this point in time will be the one to actually lead this year, because the NFF has not actually come out to tell Nigerians otherwise at this point in time. But we just hope that these guys will go to Cameroon and get to deliver the title. After your opinion, can this team deliver the title for Nigeria?
Yeah, why not? The quality is all there, but like help that individual players we have them, but it's yet to see how Eguavoen will going to, unless these materials are disposal, how are they going to play with the team, and of course, what tactics and strategies will the technical team come up with to ensure that we go further in the competition. But on paper, we have a solid team.
Well, on paper, we have a solid team at this point in time. We hope to see that those guys come into camp on time and they see how they are able to blend with the rest of the players. Now we're actually using the grass Abuja National Stadium as their camp at this point in time. The grass at this point in time is still, for me, it's good. It's good for the players to actually have that training section. But for now, we'll head straight to our next story before we go on a short break, where players to stay with clubs till January the 3rd. This is actually coming from Confederation of African Football at this point in time. They are saying that we know that some clubs do not want to allow their players to come and represent their country in the Nations Cup. But at this point in time, they want the player to play till January the 2nd, so that from there the 3rd they can start going to their various camp. Salute, do we say this is a welcome development from CAF, or it will not, or it's not actually good for technical crew, because most of them don't want to get their players in good time so that they can actually get to martial art plans that will actually help them in their quest to bring their content. Even if you can even have to maximum of 10 people function. The coach, no matter, yes, you are going, you are supposed to have Messi, or all your players are Messi. You still need to bring them together to have a compartment plan together on how what we are not going for. It's not an marathon or athletic or individual competition. I can turn on my own and come together. It's a teamwork. So as a team, need to come together and plan. But CAF has no choice. That is trying just to place those European shots. I don't like it or not. We are still under. I don't want to use the West League because we are still being dictated and manipulated by Europeans, because we don't we all depend on them. The AFCON is not in the same line with the other.
So you want to blame them? Have to find a way of resolving this AFCON when
those players, players still going back to those clubs, and those clubs are the ones that pay their wages and pay their bill. So it's trying to pick it up.
You can imagine.
Ideally, every club now is under obligation to release all the players that are going for on today.
Of course.
By FIFA rule, 14 days in competition. But now, CAF has given 7 days. I mean, they will be releasing, if I even have 7 days of club still making 7 days. But to me, it's not a development, but we have no choice. CAF have no choice. That's the thing of this European club.
Of course, you can imagine Mohamed Salah, Mane, Naby Keita, this guy that also played for Cameroon, John Matip, will not be playing against Chelsea. For Liverpool, he shows that there's going to be a lot of disaster for Liverpool when those two sides actually get to play.
Irrespective of their means, knowing who club is, he has a way of using what he has. Because I remember, I think, a couple of 2 years ago when they lost these players to AFCON, it didn't really affect Liverpool the way a lot of people. So for a good coach, he'll know how to use what he has and get ahead.
No, 2 years ago, sorry, they didn't lose them that one. But the AFCON 2 years ago was played during the summer in Egypt. But at the same time,
but even at that, I think the league was still on when the AFCON was played.
The league was on, but during the summer, but just like you were saying that, CAF to understand that we are operating in a global society. We just need to activate it. We can't hold AFCON in January when the league's up. Move it into summer.
Of course, we need to go for a short break now. When we come back, Sedu Kumar is in the news today, and also we head straight to the MPFL results that actually went down yesterday in the Boxing Day tie, and also we look at some of the EPL results, and also what we should expect from Manchester United versus Newcastle later today. This and many more will come after this short break.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome from that short break to Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. We head straight to our next story where I am ready to serve my fatherland. This is actually coming from Maria, striker, talking about Sadiq Umar. He expects his readiness to actually represent Super Eagles at the 2021 AFCON Cup of Nations in Cameroon at this point. He has been actually banging in the goals for Maria this season. He has been very, very impressive. He has actually scored 8 goals in 19, matches for the Spanish second division, side. Is this a good performance for a striker going into the Nations Cup? 8 goals from 19 matches, Alpha.
Yeah, it's a fair return. If you look at it, 8 goals in 19 matches is fair. For someone like Sadiq, who has also been around and played with the Olympics, yet to get this first time he gets his full national call-up. I like the fact that Eguavoen has decided to give some young players the opportunity to at least, even if you're not going to play all of the game, but at least to even be
part of the team.
Part of the team, exactly. The experience will go a long way, right, to help him to even improve on his game. So I think his inclusion is a nice one.
Of course, he has been, linked with Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Newcastle, sorry for this point in time. Do you think it can actually break into those particular things that you have been linked with?
Well, the AFCON, this AFCON also give him an opportunity to excel because by the time he played for the Super League, he did well, become a full-fledged international player. So that was very good. And it just like it's a decision is even coming late. Because if you watch him at the Rio 2016, he was fantastic. He was a top striker and that was another point man at that and he did well with the couple with the support from Mikel who was the captain of that team and the normal support. So they did. I was expecting him after that, just like William Ekon break into the flag of food. He was supposed to break into the flag of food, but only God know why they never look on the side despite waking out. So it's good that it's finally coming, and I pray that you have forgot. My only worry that there's a full load of strikers in this team. So only God knows, but it also depends.
Selection headache.
So it only depends on him to compete with Osimhen, compete with may not be on the list to talk of, but the lack of Dennis and other top strikers, Kelechi and Lamco. So it's all depend on him to make sure that his inclusion count. It's an opportunity for him.
Of course, it's an opportunity for him to actually showcase himself so that the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Manchester United, Newcastle, Bayern Munich can actually also fight for his signature. According to you, so it's a dream come true for me that for me finally I will honor the invitation of the Super Eagles to serve my fatherland. Although I have played for the under 23 in the Olympics, played for the senior national team, Super Eagles. It's a special kind of pride. I'm grateful to God for this opportunity and everybody that believes in me. And I hope to do my best to make Nigeria proud. That's actually coming from Sadiq Umar at this point. So we head straight to the Nigerian Professional Football League, where matches actually went down yesterday across the country. We actually saw Kano Pillars. They were held by Roby Stars of Makodi right there at the Sani Abacha Stadium. Right, Amodu Bello Stadium right there in Kaduna yesterday, and also saw the likes of New Boys talking about Raymond Stars getting to defeat Heartland 3-0 in that particular one. New Boys are actually getting to do themselves proud. In the Oriental Derby, we saw Oyimba getting to actually win that particular match 1-0 against the Enugu Rangers. Also, Plateau United were victorious after losing their first match against Niger Tornadoes. They came back and defeated Aqua United 1-0. Shooting Stars and Aqua United played out a 1-1 draw right there in Ibadan. We need to talk about that particular match because what I saw is not actually good enough because the pitch of that particular newly renovated stadium was actually in the shadow of itself when that match actually was played yesterday. Rivers United defeated Katsina United 3-0. Abia Warriors also defeated Sunshine Stars 1-0. Nasarawa United drew with Gombe 1-1. Now, Kada FC talking about Aqua Starlet. They actually defeated MFM 2-0. Victories were 1-0 winners over Niger Tornadoes and Kano Pillars 0-0 with Lobi. Raymond Stars 3-0. But my major concern was that match against Shooting Stars and versus Aqua United. It ended 1-1 about that particular match. I think I saw the video some moments ago, and the pitch was just not good. It was for me it was an eyesore. Yeah, I feel that the league management company should not have actually sanctioned that pitch to host an MPFL match.
Oh, exactly. Sometimes you wonder what these guys will do actually, because it's supposed to be their job. You're supposed to look at pitches, look at which ones are suitable for playing the game of football. But sometimes it looks like the NPFL just, or the LMC rather, just looks the other way around and just approve any pitch. I don't know if maybe some form of money is exchange hand, but playing in those kind of pitches, and we are always saying the league should be on TV and all of that. Imagine showing that kind of pitch to people all over the world. The professional football league in Nigeria. What do you want other countries to say of our league? So I think the pitches we use should be presentable and it's up to standard.
Of course, Salifu, let's just quickly look at the result of matches. Which match do you think was just a standout for you, looking at all those results of the matches that actually went on yesterday in the NPFL?
Before I talk of that match, just like the after was about the speech in the battle, you know, the LMC and say sometimes they look at the politics side of football and they look at the turn other way. That particular pitch was commissioned this year.
Of course,
like 2 months ago.
Yes, that's 4 or 5 months ago.
It's not up to 5.
Okay. Was commissioned this year about innovation and the whole they bring in the whole world. Even Sata, a particular club from Egypt or from one Arab country to come and play to commission that match.
Even they did that,
to commission, even the day they commissioned that play, it was a shadow of itself. So I think the governor Shema Kide said should be ashamed of himself that the particular pitch he spent so much money. Cannot even withstand for 5 months. And 9 is not
5 billion was spent.
So too much money was passed. If he's serious and he's a governor of who is really, at least if he doesn't have a hand in whatever the charges are done, he should investigate who and who handle that project. It's an embarrassment to the people of this country that it shows kind of the pitch for the whole world. Not to belittle our this country, world our body. But if you're looking and talking about the matches, Kano Pillars, I'm not impressed the way they are playing this season. They lost their first match 2-0 to Akwa United. The second match at home, they could even know who they draw 0-0. It's quite disheartening.
Is not getting his ready.
It's not even from what I've read, it's not even Salif. It's like Salif has not started work yet. Still Ibrahim Musa that is still coaching the team. Only God knows what is happening there. But the young boys, the Remo Stars, I don't know what they are up to. 3-0 again, 5 going 2 matches.
Yes.
Now they're on top of the table. So let's see how it goes if they can hold down on their own like that. At the same time, you reacted that was the match of the day. Enyimba, I'm not surprised that Enyimba came up top and finished the job. So something is happening at Enyimba. Finished the job, he's doing fantastic job. Since he came in, he has not lose any match, both international and at home. That is a fantastic work. The guy is showing that yes, he's made of stuff. And because the coach he went against Abdul Mekaba is not the nonsense coach. But for him to go against Abdul Mekaba at home and he came top against Abdul Mekaba shows that the quality of stuff is good. I'm particularly happy about that match. I'm not looking at the player. I'm looking at the tactical aspect of the goal. Because I give that victory to Philippe George for winning that match against Abdul Mekaba. So,
of course, quickly away from the NPFL, we head straight to the APL at this point in time, where matches actually went down yesterday, Boxing Day, and we actually saw Arsenal, getting to win Norwich 5-0. For me, another interesting, win for Mikel Arteta. But it was 9-goal thriller in the game between Manchester City versus Leicester City, where we saw our own, Kelechi Iheanacho and also Lookman, getting to score goals for Leicester City in that particular one. As you can see, the game between Wolves and Watford was actually postponed. Also, same thing for Liverpool versus Leeds City. Even the game between Burnley and Everton were actually postponed. But we actually saw mouth-watering clashes yesterday. Tottenham were 3-0 winners over Crystal Palace in the North London derby. West Ham also lost at home at the London Stadium 3-2 to Southampton. Aston Villa, after they actually got the first goal in that particular match, Chelsea came from behind to win that match 3-1 with Romelu Lukaku getting to score after 100 days of not getting a goal in the English Premiership. Brighton actually in the last match of the day defeated Brentford 2-0 at that particular. While we're going to be seeing Newcastle versus Manchester United later today. Quickly, guys, let's quickly get a reaction on these matches that I went out yesterday.
Of course, the City Leicester was thriller. Yeah. I mean, 5 minutes into the game, City, they're already 4 goals up. Someone in the second half, Leicester tried to, battle their way back. Current 3 goals, the score at the point was at 4-2 before City went haywire once again to, drop some goals. And of course, Arsenal, of course, did well by beating Norwich. Yes, I might say Norwich is struggling, but some teams have still struggled against Norwich also, so good luck for them. And of course, for West Ham, at this point, they seem like they get their reading, but it looks like things are not going
out.
too well. Losing 3-2 at home to Southampton that one. So, of course, Chelsea fighting back will go down to those of 3-1 in that one. So,
What should we expect to the game? Manchester United and Newcastle.
Tonight, Newcastle too still seeking for
The first
win. So, of course, United haven't been out for about 16 days. This will be our first time of playing 16 days. So, let's see what they come up with. They take on Newcastle with that one.
So if we look at the performance of Arsenal, the last 3 games have won 2 away games, won 1 home game. Do you think Arteta can continue this momentum, or if a big club get to play them, they'll actually blow Arsenal away?
I think Arteta and his team will be better just after next weekend match, after the play match. But now all this victory against Norwich, fantastic result, but I'm not being convinced yet of the assist against the top 2. And looking at other results, just like Alpha said, it's like David Moyes at the West Ham has exhausted all his assets. And now there's no more nothing to take him to work. So you begin to struggle. But I hope you quickly discover where the fault is.
And correct.
And correct it so that they can get back to their winning form. And then kudos to Chelsea. I expected that Gerrard will have their goal, but unfortunately, Gerrard couldn't.
Of course, couldn't do the magic.
And then the senior boys.
Of course, this is where we draw the curtain for Sport Orbit today. It has been nice, talking sports with Salif Usman and also Alpha Acho right here in the studio. Of course, thank you, our viewers, for staying with us from the beginning of the show to this point. We make a return bigger and better tomorrow. We get another edition of Sport Orbit right here under the Leadership Podcast Studio. My name is Olawale. So, in compliment of the season, do enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.